Yo, what's up, guys? It's Tat, and I wanted to give you my impressions on the PTB and the new content because I usually do this. It's just kind of normal at this point. So new killer, I'm gonna call her Scully, the Skull Merchant. Her ability is that she can put out these different drones, these surveillance drones, and survivors who are in the drones appear on a radar. She can literally pull up a radar device as her second ability to track the survivor, and survivors who stay in that drone's radius too long become exposed for 30 seconds. That is her power. She has no chase ability, she has no map mobility. Her ability is literally just she can place 4 drones around the map on a cooldown, and she can detect survivors. Um, I know it's early and it's a PTB, and I usually say that you shouldn't judge a killer on the PTB, but it's really hard not to, man. She is just not very good. Of course, I can't say that on Twitter without people telling me that I play Legion, that my opinion's invalid, even though I'm literally right. You don't need to play this killer for more than 2 hours to understand that she's terrible. She is god awful. Her ability is way too inconsistent. It's too easy to avoid her drones as well. Expose is for 30 seconds. It's really easy to outlast. And she just kind of sucks. She has no way to deal with loops. She has no way to get across the map. Her surveillance feels really underwhelming because it's not killer instinct. It's literally through that radar. So if you want to know where the person is, you have to pull up a second ability to see them. Now you do get killer instinct, but it's after they become exposed. So it's like, what's the point? You want to see where they are before they get exposed, so you can kind of get there, and then you can catch them. And aha, there is this little subtle ability. Subtle ability. It's like a side thing. Whenever you are inside of your drone's detection zone, you get undetectable, and that persists for like 2 seconds until you leave. So it's like a really small undetectable thing. So she can sometimes catch people off guard, but it's pretty difficult. You see in the gameplay here that I get exposed. Not that it matters because I'm already injured, but like it just like who cares? She's just God. She's a terrible killer. There's very little redeeming. There's no redeeming quality, honestly. If you wanted to like find survivors and detect them, play Legion or Doctor. You do it better. You get an injure and a way to deal with loops. Like it's just why would you ever play this killer? The perks are meh. There's no perk in this update, both for Survivor and Killer, that particularly seems appealing. There's a few interesting ones. I forget the names, but there's this perk where if you vault, um, you get quick and quiet for 6 seconds. And if you vault something else, let's say you vault another window, you vault over a pallet, it resets the quick and quiet duration. So basically, if you find a bunch of loops that you can chain together and you proc this perk, you can just have silent vaults for an indefinite period of time, which is really cool. A little niche, but it can be pretty cool. And there's another one. Again, I'm sorry I don't know the name, but basically every time you hook a survivor, you get a token, up to 10 tokens, and each token slows down the healing speed of survivors for 30 seconds by 5%. So you can have, let's say, 4 tokens. That's 20% slower healing for 30 seconds after you hook someone, which is not insignificant. But I don't think that many of these perks will be used outside of the PTB and like the launch window. Obviously, on launch window, you're going to see a lot of people playing the Skull Merchant, and a lot of people will be using the new perks because people want to try out the new content. But after that period of time, yeah, it's just gonna no one's gonna play this killer. Dead on arrival. Um, Talking about perks, we're gonna move on now to something kind of nice, and that is the map reworks. So Red Forest did not get any like significant balance changes. The maps are actually the same size, which is surprising. They did not adjust the actual size of the maps. Um, but what they did do is rework Shelter Woods. Shelter Woods now has a main building, thank God. So Shelter Woods is no longer a terrible survivor map. It's now actually pretty balanced, I would say. The main building seems pretty good. It has some nice windows. some good palettes, and now hopefully is less of a ah shit, not this map kind of a moment, but more like, oh, okay, great, this map. So hopefully it's more exciting to play on. My time playing on it was pretty positive. I enjoyed it. The interior design of the main building is something new. It's like super futuristic. It looks like cyberpunk, like the inside of an apartment in cyberpunk. It's a very interesting style. Also, I got to comment on this. There's a new window vault animation for Survivor. You see that? It's very slow. I I don't know why they changed that. It feels slow. You don't get that speed boost when you leave the window anymore. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I have no idea what's going on there, but yeah, just quickly wanting to comment on that. It feels really weird. I hope it's not intentional because it's really buggy. Speaking of things that are intentional, though, the hook screams were changed, and it's really annoying. So now, when you are beginning to hook a survivor, before they even get hooked, they start screaming, and then they scream for like 5, 6 seconds after they got hooked. So like the long screams are back, and it's really unpleasant to listen to all the time. So I'm hoping that those get some changes. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the new content on the PTB. Let me know what you guys think about the content down below, and if you've played the PTB at all. I I'm gonna be honest, I'm already off the PTB, man. What you're watching is literally an old Twitch VOD. Like, dude, it's a resident sleeper PTB. I just don't care about the new content whatsoever. The map reworks are nice. The changes to quality of life are great. The bot matches, quickly want to comment on this before I end, are fantastic. The improvements they made to bots and the preset loadouts is amazing. And actually, you can make bots kind of good. Like if you bring a bot with a bunch of meta perks and like a busted med kit, they will actually complete all the gens, which is really nice. I had actually 1 or 2 bot games where they managed to do all the gens when I was playing as Trapper. So, yeah, very nice. Overall, I'd say it's a 6 out of 10. Hopefully, the next chapter is better, but we haven't had a content update in 9 months. Yes, that's a reference to Wesker. See ya.